Hello Avs127 class. My name is Avs127HistoryProjectWelagedara. I will be presenting Pioneer in 1913 for my history project presentation. Before I start my presentation, I want you guys to know that America's situation turned out in the 19th century. So by the 1900s, America has established world power dominating all around the world. They had made the large-scale farming profitable, and in 1900, the US was by far the world's largest agricultural producer. The world's first oil well was drilled in Tutorville, Pennsylvania in 1959. America dominated the world petroleum markets and controlled more than 90% of the world. By the 1900s, the United States was the largest steel producer in the world, turning 10 million tons a year. Henry Ford Motor Company was found in 1903 as well. Those are the few accomplishments America had, and there are more than that I didn't mention. So when we talk about aviation, we cannot forget about Otto Lilienthal. He was a German aviator who was known as Flyman, or father of aviation. He was recognized as those names because he was the first person to make well-documented, successful flight with gliders. Mr. Lilienthal began researching about forces operating on wings in a stream of air in the late 1870s. Lilienthal began to design gliders based on information he gathered between 1891 and 1896. He completed some 2,000 flights. His 20 years of research, he published a book in 1889. Even though Otto Lilienthal had major glider development, his glider designs had major limitations. In his last flight, Lilienthal's glider pinched forward. Heading all the way down, he wasn't able to gain control of the glider because the glider relied on the weight shift. And when the glider is pointed down to the ground, it is difficult to gain control. And the attempts failed, and he fell from a height about 15 meters while still in the glider. In 1986, August 9, Otto Lilienthal died. Otto Lilienthal's glider development and instincts had major impact on Wright brothers. The Wright brothers are Will Wright and Wilbur Wright. Wright brothers gained their mechanical skills by working with bicycles and motors. When Wright brothers heard the news about Otto Lilienthal, they began to research about the problem of the flight that resulted Otto Lilienthal's death. Wright brothers contacted the worldwide flight researcher Octave Chanute because the Chanute and Otto Lilienthal exchanged research during his lifetime. So he had his book progress in his flying machines and Otto Lilienthal's latest research work. Chanute translated the book to help the Wright brothers. In 1899, Wright brothers put wind wrapping control to the demonstration, and they built a 5-foot wingspan biplane kite. They found out that the kite was under control, and they began their gliding experiment on 1900. With the instruction Chanute gave, Wright brothers built flight gliders in 1900, 1901, and 1902. The Wright brothers completed 700,000 flights with the glider between September 19 and October 24, 1902. The aircraft enabled the brothers to make longer flights at shallower angles than anyone before them, covering distance to 622.5 feet, approximately 18.974 meters, and remaining in the air up to 26 seconds. In 1903, Wright brothers made a biplane that is extremely strong. The 1903 Flyer was powered by a 4-cylinder gasoline engine of the Wright brothers' own design that developed 12.5 horsepower after few seconds of operation. On December 17, 1903, Wright brothers made history in their 1903 Flyer as the first engine-powered airplane. Wilbur and Orwell had just become the first true airplane pilots. The flight duration was 59 seconds, and the distance over the ground was measured to be 852 feet. I learned a lot of things about Otto Lilienthal and Wright brothers in the pioneering era. What I learned from them is that you should keep trying until you succeed. They used multiple designs and experimented hours of flights. They kept trying until they succeeded. Wright brothers showed that teamwork is the key to the success, and without hesitation, they asked for help from Octave Chanute. They also had each other, and they recognized each other's strengths and weaknesses. Thank you for listening to my Aviation 127 class history project presentation. If there is any questions, I am happy to reply to them. Thank you.